UL62, which governs flexible cords and cables, stipulates that the current carrying conductors must be contained within an enclosure, raceway, or otherwise provided with adequate protection. A receptacle outlet, by its very nature, does not constitute an enclosure or a raceway. Therefore, it is not permissible to directly connect a flexible cord, such as SJOW cord, to a receptacle outlet for the purpose of supplying power. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides further guidance on acceptable wiring methods. It emphasizes the importance of using appropriate wiring methods based on the environment and the intended use. In a warehouse application where physical damage to wiring is more likely, additional protection measures are often required. Using a flexible cord as a permanent wiring method to feed an outlet would not meet the requirements of the NEC for permanent wiring. The NEC mandates the use of approved wiring methods such as conduit, cable trays, or suitable cable assemblies for fixed wiring. These methods provide mechanical protection and ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. The use of flexible cords is generally limited to temporary wiring or specific applications where flexibility is essential and the cord is protected from physical damage. The NEC also provides specific requirements for the installation of receptacle outlets, including the type of wiring method permitted, the grounding requirements, and the overcurrent protection requirements. Adherence to these requirements is crucial to ensure the safety and proper functioning of the electrical system. The NEC Section 400 covers the use and construction of flexible cords and cables. Section 400.8 specifically lists uses not permitted for flexible cords and cables, including as a substitute for the fixed wiring of a structure. This means you cannot use a flexible cord, like SJOW, as a permanent wiring method to feed an outlet. To elaborate on the acceptable wiring methods for a warehouse environment, firstly, conduit systems such as rigid metal conduit or electrical metallic tubing provide excellent mechanical protection for conductors. Secondly, cable tray systems offer a versatile solution for routing multiple cables and provide easy access for maintenance. Thirdly, armored cable, such as NC cable, can be used in exposed locations where subject to physical damage. When selecting a wiring method, it is important to consider the specific requirements of the installation, including the environmental conditions, the potential for physical damage, and the ampacity requirements of the conductors. It is also crucial to ensure that the wiring method is properly installed and supported to prevent damage and ensure long-term reliability. Proper grounding is also essential for electrical safety. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be properly grounded to provide a low impedance path for fault current. This helps to prevent electrical shock and minimize the risk of fire. Receptacle outlets must be grounded to the equipment grounding conductor, which is typically a green insulated wire or a bare copper wire. The equipment grounding conductor must be connected to the grounding electrode system of the building. Overcurrent protection is another critical aspect of electrical safety. The NEC requires that all electrical circuits be protected by overcurrent devices, such as circuit breakers or fuses. These devices are designed to interrupt the flow of current in the event of an overload or short circuit, preventing damage to equipment and reducing the risk of fire. The overcurrent protection device must be sized appropriately for the ampacity of the conductors it protects. For example, a 14 American wire gauge copper conductor, typically used for 15 amp circuits, must be protected by a 15 amp circuit breaker or fuse. A 12 American wire gauge copper conductor, commonly used for 20 amp circuits, must be protected by a 20 amp circuit breaker or fuse. It is crucial to consult the NEC and local electrical codes to determine the specific requirements for wiring methods, grounding, and overcurrent protection in a particular application. It is also recommended to hire a qualified electrician to perform electrical work to ensure that it is done safely and in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. In the context of the original question, using SJOW cord to feed an outlet from a service panel in a warehouse application is a violation of both UL62 and the NEC. This is because the flexible cord is not protected by an enclosure or raceway and is being used as a substitute for fixed wiring. The correct approach would be to install a proper wiring method, such as conduit or cable tray, and to use approved wiring devices for the receptacle outlet. Always prioritize safety and adhere to electrical codes when performing electrical work. The consequences of improper wiring can be severe, including electrical shock, fire, and property damage. In a warehouse environment, it's crucial to consider the potential for physical damage to wiring. This environment often involves moving equipment, heavy machinery, and potential impacts from forklifts or other vehicles. Therefore, wiring methods need to be robust enough to withstand these conditions. Conduit systems like rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, or electrical metallic tubing offer excellent mechanical protection. They shield the conductors from impacts, abrasions, and other forms of physical damage. These conduit systems can be installed either exposed or concealed, depending on the specific requirements of the installation. When installing conduit, it's important to use appropriate fittings and supports to ensure that the system is properly secured and grounded. Cable tray systems provide another viable option for wiring in warehouse environments. Cable trays are typically made of metal and are designed to support and route multiple cables. They offer a flexible and organized way to manage wiring, and they allow for easy access for maintenance and future modifications. There are various types of cable trays available, including letter trays, ventilated trays, and solid bottom trays. The type of cable tray selected will depend on the specific requirements of the installation, such as the number and size of cables to be supported, the environmental conditions, and the need for ventilation. Armored cable, like metal-clad cable or MC cable, is another option for wiring in warehouse environments. Armored cable consists of insulated conductors enclosed in a flexible metal sheath, which provides mechanical protection. Armored cable can be installed in exposed or concealed locations, and it is suitable for use in areas where subject to physical damage. When using armored cable, it's important to use appropriate connectors and fittings to ensure that the cable is properly grounded and protected from moisture. Regardless of the wiring method chosen, it's essential to ensure that the conductors are properly sized for the load they will be carrying. The NEC provides tables and guidelines for determining the appropriate conductor size based on the ampacity of the circuit and the ambient temperature. It's also crucial to consider voltage drop when sizing conductors, especially for long runs. Voltage drop can reduce the performance of equipment and can even damage sensitive electronic devices. In addition to selecting the appropriate wiring method and conductor size, it's also important to pay attention to the details of the installation. This includes properly supporting and securing the wiring, using appropriate connectors and fittings, and ensuring that all connections are tight and secure. It's also crucial to label all circuits and equipment clearly to facilitate maintenance and troubleshooting. When working with electrical systems, safety should always be the top priority. Always energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment, such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. If you are not qualified to perform electrical work, it's best to hire a licensed electrician to ensure that the work is done safely and in accordance with all applicable codes and standards. In summary, using SJOW cord to feed an outlet from a service panel in a warehouse is not permitted by electrical codes. Instead, utilize appropriate wiring methods like conduit, cable tray, or armored cable. Always follow the NEC guidelines for conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, and grounding. And remember, safety is paramount when working with electricity.